Joining me this morning on the 1045theteam.com podcast is a Broadalbin-Perth graduate, a Siena College product, and a 10th round pick in last year's Major League Baseball draft by the World Series champion San Francisco Giants. It's left-handed pitcher Matt Gage. Matt, thanks for being with us this morning.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Matt, did you see Siena beat UConn this weekend?
I did not. That's great for them.
So that's a lot was made last year of obviously the run you guys went on at the end of the season. You guys played a very challenging Southern schedule. Siena doing the same thing this year. They go out and beat UConn. It's a big early win for the program, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's definitely exciting to get that first win. I know last year was a little bit deflating feeling going 0-17 down south and having to face Niagara in the opening weekend of conference and finally getting our first 3 wins. But it's definitely a great feeling to get that first win under your belt, and especially if you can do it versus UConn. It's definitely exciting for them. I'm glad to hear they did so well.
Now, you guys last year get to the NCAA tournament, the first NCAA tournament win for the program. Take me back. What was that run like for you guys last year?
It was unbelievable. Losing our first game in the MAC tournament and then having to win through the losers bracket and being able to beat Canisius twice in the championship game, that was great. It was exciting. And then having to go to TCU, that was one of the best times of my life. It was a lot of fun. Taking TCU to extras, we had them. We could have beat them. We could have upset them. But, the cards didn't fall our way. And then we beat Dallas Baptist. They were ranked 28th in the country. And that was probably one of the biggest wins for the program. So that was one of the best times. And then the cards didn't fall our way versus Sam Houston again. And we got knocked out. But it was one of the best times, going on a run and rattling off the games that we did.
TCU was the number 1 seed in that Fort Worth regional. Brandon Finnegan, left-handed pitcher, was the guy you matched up with in game 1, as you said, took to extra innings. Finnegan, we saw him later in the year pitching in the World Series for the Royals. Can you even fathom what that was like, that you were pitching against a guy who 3 months later was going to be pitching in October in the Major League postseason?
It was amazing. When you look at it, when you're watching the World Series, the Giants were in it, the Royals were in it, and you kind of think about it. It's like, well, do I want the kid that I faced win, because that way it looks like what happened between us, or do I want the team that I play for to win? So it was a little bit mixed feelings there. But, the Giants won, so it was great to be a part of the organization with this. But, it was amazing. The kid's very good. He's phenomenal. And you could just tell when we were facing him that he was going to be a first-round pick. He was just that good.
What was it like when you got the call on draft day for the Giants?
It was amazing. It was a lot of emotion, up and downs, from the rounds going by. But it was amazing. Once my name was called on MLB.com, it was great. Then I got a call from the area scout, and he said, "Hey, we got you. I'm very happy." And so it was really nice to be able to hear my name called in the 10th round and get a call from the scout that I've been talking to my whole junior year, and it was really exciting to be a part of that, and I was glad I got to share it with my family.
Now, you played at Broadalbin-Perth. You're one of a lot of local kids making their way into professional baseball, from your former teammate Mike Fish from Bethlehem, Brandon Cogswell, who was my former high school teammate at Shen for 1 year. He was a freshman when I was a senior. Murphy Smith, a little older than me from Shen. Tommy Canley, who's currently in the majors with the Rockies. O'Keefe from Colony. You're one of a lot of local kids making their way into pro ball. How cool is that to be part of that limited fraternity? Oh, it's great, especially with our draft class. I think there was 5 of us from Albany, from the Capital Region, and it's fun because you grew up playing versus these guys, and it's when you grow up, it's that kid's good, that kid's good, and then once you go to college, it's okay. Well, he's doing pretty well for himself, and then once draft day comes and 5 of us go before the 10th round. Or I think 4 of us did, and then I think Sportman went a little bit later. And then we meet up, and especially with Cogswell and Sportman there with the A's, and they're right down the street from the Giants in Arizona. So, it's funny because we get to hang out and see each other and talk some more and talk about the past when we played each other. It was really cool to be able to do that, and to be a part of the Capital Region and moving forward. We'll always have that
all together with us.
Now, you had a great year last year in affiliated ball playing in the Arizona Rookie League, but this is your first spring training coming up. When do you report, and what are you looking forward to about it?
I report on March 6th with the rest of the minor leaguers. So it's going to be a pretty hectic day on March 6th. I have to go through all my physical and make sure everything's copacetic and everything's good and nothing's changed in physicality there. And then practices start, and we have, I think, a week or so of practices and inter squads, and then we jump into games. And I think the thing I'm looking forward most to is actually playing in the spring training game because, I think it's going to be a little bit different than a regular season game, but, it's with a feel of a spring training. So, because I didn't really participate in instructs this fall, I just went and threw bullpens, worked on some things. Since I threw so many pitches, the organization wanted to keep my pitch count down, and so they didn't let me throw any innings in the game, so I didn't really get to know what that felt like. So I'm excited to see what that feels like with all the spring training games going on around and playing a different team.
Now, is there one guy around Giants camp that you want to just soak up everything he has to say? You want to pick his brain? Is it Madison Bumgarner if you get a chance to talk to him? Is it Matt Cain, Tim Lincecum? Who's one guy, if you had a chance to be around, you'd want to pick his brain?
It was actually this summer. I got to meet Angel Pagan. He had to come down for and do a rehab assignment, and he was one of the greatest guys I've ever met. He was talking with us about how to just keep going, keep the grind going. It's well worth it after you get there. You get to look back and say, I really accomplished something. And, he said that he wants to be able to say, if he's not playing with us in a couple of years, when he watches us on TV with the Giants, he wants to say, I was able to help him. He wants to keep that relationship with us. And, it was amazing. And, especially being the leadoff hitter with the Giants for so long, that was one of the guys that I wanted to meet right from the beginning, and I got to be able to pick his brain a little bit, so it was great.
Matt, we had him on our station just 2 weeks ago before Siena opened. Coach Rossi, 46th season. What was it like to play for him, and how does he have the motivation and energy that he has now doing this for 46 years?
It's unbelievable. Coach Rossi's still getting around. There's always rumors every year. Oh, this is last year. Oh, this is last year. I really don't think he's ever going to retire. I think he's just going to keep going until it's that time. But, you hope that's not until a couple 30 years from now. But it was great. He's got a lot of experience under his belt. He's coached a lot of great players. So he's got a different way of looking at things, It was great to be able to be under him and learn a little bit from a guy who's been coaching for so long.
Matt Gage, former Siena College pitcher, former Broadalbin-Perth pitcher, a 10th-round pick in last year's draft by the Giants. Matt, thanks for being with us. Best of luck this season. Hopefully we're talking again throughout the summer.
Thank you. I appreciate it.